All right, so
I have to give you a little bit of credit for this.
Yeah, we can overdub it later. Just saying.
haven't had any crazy stories about. Oh wait, no, I do. I got robbed at gunpoint, mugged.
Checking for me, but I ain't checking for them. No.
sleazy real estate guys. But all right, so another episode of the EP podcast here. Seeing a lot more colors than usual. That is because it is a Christmas special. And I have the one and only, a good friend, not only friend, but also a family member, my cousin, Juan Pastor here. How are you doing, buddy?
We're gonna butcher our own last name like that.
What? Pastor,
motherfucker.
Look, my mouth is a little dry. Didn't come off right here.
Thanks for having me on here. I'm this guy's cousin, Juan.
Yeah, man. So thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, the holidays are coming. Christmas is next week. So I figured why not just do a Christmassy episode, no?
Sure,
so you got the hat going. Yeah. I got the sweater going. You know, even the what's it called? The couch cushions have a little bit of a hat themselves. Yeah. But here we are. So behind us we have Jack, Jesse, and Arthur. They're accompanying us this evening on today's episode. And yeah, let's get this thing rolling. So, as every other episode, let's take it from the top.
Right. So, I remember meeting you when me and my parents went to go pick up you and your mother flying in.
Wait, was my dad already there?
Yeah, your dad was there for sure.
Shit, that's a new one for me.
Yeah.
I've been lied to my whole life.
We're cousins, but you were a little bit of a different case than maybe the other cousins from my dad's side because you were the one that wasn't growing up in the U.S. at the time.
Yeah.
So
I was coming from Ecuador.
Aside from Alejandro, but
So for those that don't know, I was actually born in Ecuador. I came to. And then we had the background sound. Dun, dun, dun.
You're an alien?
Yeah. Is that what it is, bro? Right?
What?
What did you say?
I said you're an alien?
Oh, an alien. I thought it was Cornelia or something is what I heard. So I came to the country when I was 8 years old from Guayaquil, Ecuador. And the first place I went to was your house here in Delaware.
Exactly.
So take us. And I thought my dad was coming with us, but I guess he was already here. That's news for me.
I definitely, by that, do you mean your dad was in the States or?
Yeah, my dad was in the States.
Yeah,
already.
no, I for sure met your dad long before I met.
No, I mean it was my mom and I landed. It wasn't my mom. It wasn't myself, my mom, and my dad that landed.
Oh, I don't think he landed with you guys.
Okay, shit. Okay, that's jeez.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think so. But that was so long ago. Maybe my memory is fogging up a little bit. I remember.
I wouldn't be surprised though, because my dad was the one that got us here. So.
Yeah, but like I said, you were slightly different in a case because the other cousins I kind of grew up with them, like James, Kathy, all of them, because we were all within the same metro area, like New Jersey, New York, and you were growing up in Guayaquil, and you were probably I want to say 8, 9 years old.
Yeah, I
was 11 or 12. Yeah, so. I just remember we picked you up in my dad's Nissan Red Quest. I knew
guys, real quick, if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you enjoy watching these episodes, please keep on watching them. We've been having a blast doing them. I think is that the general consensus? Have you people been enjoying watching them, being a part of them, and all that stuff? Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the fun stuff.
I kind of knew about you before I met you, but it never occurred to me that you would come into our lives, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, we're gonna go pick up your cousin. I was oh shit, new cousin dropped.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. I came in not knowing this.
You didn't know English.
I didn't know at all. I remember I went into your house and I basically met you guys.
Yeah.
You both of your sisters, Lucia and Lily, and I was that guy that spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
And you didn't speak much Spanish at the time, right? So
more or less, yeah.
It was more with your parents, right? So we had a little bit of maybe trouble communicating at first.
Right.
A little bit, would you say?
Yeah, for sure, a little bit.
Because I would say your Spanish has gone a lot better over time. Do you not think you've been practicing a lot more since then, or what do you think?
So that actually is something that I've been trying to improve on as recently as of this year. I'm like I just want to get better at Spanish.
Mhm. Why is that?
I just like so we have like a very, at least, okay, I say we, I mean me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very like just Ecuadorian based family level of Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
where like I grew up like learning Spanish speaking to my parents, but like I didn't have like Spanish where I can like communicate like academically or like business wise. So I
Yeah.
kind of like wanted to improve on
That's
my
so true.
Spanish
That's
for
so true.
purposes like that, and like
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually really funny how many things we grow up, at least me growing up specifically, learning like the language that I was thinking was Spanish, but really they were just like Ecuadorianisms.
Mhm. Yeah, no, 100%.
And then I find out as I learn more Spanish, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not really a thing people say. Like,
Exactly. So here's and it's I'm glad you brought that up because I never realized that even with myself, Spanish being my first language, how much I don't generally know Spanish than I thought because as that wasn't until I started coming to the American education system where they teach Spanish that because you're the guy that knows Spanish, people taking the class come to you and they ask, hey, what does this mean? And you're like, what the fuck? I never seen this word before. What is this? Yeah, so I was like, wait, do I know Spanish? So I don't blame you at all. So yeah, that's something I would myself like to sharpen as well because, as you said, we only know the Spanish that we know.
Yeah, right.
So it's definitely a good
There's
trait
a
to
whole
have.
lot of other just like culture to Spanish out there that.
Oh yeah, and that too. Yeah, that too. When people think Spanish, you just think like how it's like American English. You just think English,
Yeah.
right? Whereas there's Ecuadorian Spanish, or there's like Mexican Spanish, etc., etc.
Right.
Because they all have their own lingua and stuff like that.
For sure, yeah.
So like we have some funny terms. So,
right.
I want to say some, but I don't want to say some. Maybe the mood will hit. We'll see. All right. So I walk into your house.
Yeah.
I try to speak
Jersey
Spanish.
City, New Jersey. That's where I was growing up at the time.
Wait, it wasn't that house though, that I went in on.
Which one?
It was the one in Delaware. Here.
No, I definitely met you before.
Really?
I remember you did stay with us in Delaware for a bit. Actually,
That's the first time I ever remember meeting you.
shit,
Was
I
in Delaware.
don't remember fucking meeting you. I remember you in the Red Nissan Quest. That's what I remember for sure.
That's how I'm known then in the red. In the red Nissan Quest.
All right, so did you stay with us in Delaware then? Before
Yeah, I stayed with
New
you guys.
York?
Yeah, I stayed with you guys
Okay,
in
that
Delaware.
makes sense. Okay, yeah, that is.
Why'd you guys do that?
You guys good?
I was explaining to them that there's multiple Spanishes. There's not. Because
Right,
you said there's
yeah.
Ecuadorianism,
That is
and
true.
I was like, there's
Yeah,
Mexican,
yeah.
there's Puerto Rican, there's Castilian.
Yeah,
That is true. Yeah. Whereas America is just American English.
yeah.
I guess technically it's also like English, right?
Well, I mean, you
In
also
England,
have
right?
you also have like in Detroit or like in those upper states, you have like there's a grammatical or like a PC term for like black like America talk. I just forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
Av-
Or what's it called?
African American vernacular, maybe.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that one, African American vernacular.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hold on. I gotta look
yeah. So hold on.
Oh right. Damn, you're right. You did.
Yeah.
come
So I
to
stayed
Delaware,
with
yeah.
you for a year before
Yeah, going to New
what's it
York.
called? Before I even
Yeah,
went
right,
back to New
because,
York. So and that was dude. I barely recall the year. Because it was it flew by. Like we shared bedroom and everything.
It must have been like 2004, 2005,
2004?
maybe. I don't know. Like it was.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
'cause,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I remember like you were probably like I said 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was that like? Because then we had to start share your bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, be honest with me. Was that
No, I wasn't
inconveniencing
really-
you?
I wasn't really tripping about it. Like I was like
Well, thankfully you
yeah.
had 2 beds.
yeah.
Share a bed.
Yeah, I just remember like I said, it wasn't like I wasn't really like upset about it or like annoyed by it,
Mhm.
but I remember like after a while, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start fucking with this kid.
Well, you open the can of worms.
Yeah, no, that was like that.
And FEM
it
started
was
there.
like. Yeah, it was like we were close enough in age with there being an age gap where like it was still like okay, I'm gonna like tease this kid or like I couldn't be too much older than you, right? Because then it's just weird if you're like fucking with someone.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely hated you.
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, but, I get it. When you're the young buck,
Yeah.
you gotta get the shit sometimes. I remember you and Dino. Like when Dino's our cousin.
Yeah.
Where's he at now?
Yeah,
Florida or
no, he's in
California?
California. I think he's the only one in California. Right?
Okay, yeah. So I know when these two got together, it was just gonna be a shit show for me. For me, right?
He was like,
Bro was on guard.
So when that would happen, I would have to. It's like you're excited to see your cousins, but it's like fuck me. What should I expect? But we have a lot of funny memories in between. Some we don't have to get. We do not have to get into.
Yeah.
We do not have to get into. So
Yeah, and at that particular time of my life, I was just a little shit in general. Like it wasn't even particularly specific
but
to
you know, everybody is on their young buck.
right,
You know,
exactly,
everybody's a little rebel. Well, they're still trying to figure this
Yeah,
shit
but it's
out.
just funny that was our relationship like very early on, and then like even like way like past that, I started the FEM movement.
Oh my god! You have to plug it, huh? You have to do it for them, huh? Whatever you do, don't plug the socials for those. Because,
They're nuked.
They're nuked.
Yeah.
Okay. We delete the tapes.
Yeah.
That's like canceled material tapes.
Elaborate more details.
Yeah,
FEM,
so-
fuck Emilio Mob.
FEM specifically is standing for Fuck Emilio Mob. It was just like a thing, like it was like me and like my friend group, like Bob, Steve, you know them. We were just like,
How did that start?
so that started way after that actually. Like we were actually like you were probably already in high school at that point. And it started because the main thing that started was actually because you just had like a really weird social media presence at the time.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
While I was in Delaware, living with you.
yeah, no, this was way
While
after.
I was in New York.
No, this was when you were in Delaware, but like when you came back to Delaware, like
Okay.
like you were in high school. I
Okay. Are we talking about like my Drake days, my
Yeah,
soft
yes,
Drake days,
yes.
where you would have like the captions over the picture type of stuff?
Yes, that's
Oh
exactly
my
what I'm talking
god! It's like we would have like it would have like quotes saying like you're falling in love with you're falling in love with the wrong guys because the wrong guys say the right things.
Yeah, it was that
Like
era
stuff
of
like
Emilio,
like for a to be honest.
Well, everyone did that. I wasn't like.
Did you do
Yeah.
that?
I did that at one point. Yeah, that was
I never did that because I was always afraid I was gonna get something bad.
To be honest, you're a piece of shit.
That's understandable. I
But
used to talk my shit on those. Like if I for real didn't fuck with you and you liked my shit, I would let you know on the truth.
so
I
where
didn't sugarcoat it.
So walk me through how this originated. Like, did you guys
Yeah.
meet at the embassy and gather? To
No,
have
no,
formal
it
meeting?
wasn't
Do
that.
you guys have meeting notes?
No,
Like, is this recorded? How did that
no,
happen?
it wasn't that. It was just like we were just like look at your social media and be like, damn, yo, like this dude needs to get roasted. So I was like, you know what, like fuck Emilio.
So who were the founders?
Me,
Who were the
me.
founders?
It was me, and then like they're more like honorary founders.
Okay,
It was,
okay.
like, they were like around when it
Mhm.
started, but they didn't really have like
Yeah.
input in it. And then but they did help us just like run with it, like kept it on as a running joke.
So how did the acronyms come together?
I just
The
like
name just came
I
out.
just said fuck Emilio Mob like FEM like
Okay, and
it
it
wasn't
just
like
FEM.
it wasn't very hard to come up with.
That's
It was just fuck Emilio.
I remember the first time I ever experienced it firsthand. It was my senior year, my last homecoming.
Yeah.
And we would like to hang out. We would always hang out in New York because we would like to just be in that area because it was a college area.
Yeah.
So we went there after our dance, and we walked around, and all of a sudden, I hear from a distance, I hear someone yelling out, "Fuck Emilio!" I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I look, and I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was like Bob.
Yeah, it was probably Bob.
It was Bob.
Yeah.
So that was one instance.
Yeah.
There was, and it was funny because I knew who he was. But then there was one time where I was walking in the mall with my girlfriend at the time, and all of a sudden, I forget who it was.
No, I know where you're going with this, and that was
Who
Steve.
was- that was Steve?
Yeah.
So I saw Steve, right? But I didn't acknowledge that it was Steve because Steve came up to me and he said, "Are you Emilio?" And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, "Can I get a picture with you?" So here I am with my girl at the time. So I look cool as fuck, like I'm a celebrity or some shit. So I'm like, yeah, fine, we can, let's get a picture. And then you tell me he says that to you,
Yeah.
and he said, "Fuck Emilio."
It's funny because like Emilio's like, okay, yeah, like I'm the shit, and then like on my end, I just get like a snap from my friend Steve, and it's just him like posing with Emilio, like, "Hey, yo, fuck this dude."
Oh my god! And when did that start? What year did that start?
I don't know what
2015?
year. That was like I was in college and you were in high school. I know that. It was probably like 2014 maybe.
Mhm. And just recently, all the files got nuked. All the records.
Yeah, maybe like a year or so ago, maybe a little
Years.
less than that.
Yeah. So I mean, it ran its course for like 6 years. 6 years.
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. FEM strong for 6 years. Rip. I mean, it's still being said. To
Yeah,
this day.
yeah.
I'm gonna hear this shit till I die. I get the
Probably.
feeling. But also tell me about what was it Bob when he got married? He gave you a gift.
Yes, yeah. So,
Okay.
My friend Bob got married, and I was a groomsman in his wedding, and he gave all of us like a wine key with everyone got like a special thing engraved in it. Most people got their initials. I was actually everyone but me got their initials. Mine just said FEM.
You got something better.
Yeah, mine just said FEM on it. Shout out to Bob for that.
Oh my god, man! Do you have that picture uploaded? Because I think you have it uploaded on your Instagram from forever ago.
I don't think it was. I think it was on that Twitter account.
On that Twitter
Yeah, I
account,
don't
dang.
think it's on
Okay,
my
it was.
Instagram.
I was gonna just probably pop it up.
Yeah, I still have it though.
I said you can send it to me. I'll pop it up. But oh my god, you guys went at it.
Yeah.
I mean, you were active on Twitter too. Man. It was like daily updates on your hatred for me.
It was. Yeah. Shit went deep.
Man, good times.
Yeah, it was. We definitely
you.
committed to that bit. No, we were like
Yeah, we were all
it was
fun at
it was reciprocal at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we were all
I was
fucking
just
with each
going
other.
on with it. It was funny.
Like I would say when we were younger though, I was definitely just like an asshole to you. But like at that point in the FEM era, it was like I said, it was reciprocal. Like you fucked with me. Like it was like, like we actually were like close at that point.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
like it wasn't like you just moved to Delaware and rolled into my house.
You know what they say, man. If you can't laugh for yourself, then
Right,
you know
right.
who can laugh at
Right.
kind of thing. So yeah, man. FEM. Shout out FEM. Rip FEM. Never again. So what else do you want to get into? We have so much stuff that we could get into. Like we've done so much together. Off the top of my head, I think about Landmark Music Festival in 2015. That was
Do you still
2015.
have the videos from that?
I do have them in a hard drive, in an external hard drive. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one like video in particular that's just so fucking funny. Like it's the
talking
one
about?
where you're just in the crowd. We're watching Drake and you just yell Landmark Festival 2015. That's fun.
So how did this trip even happen? And tell us about this trip.
To be honest, I don't really remember too much. I just remember Drake was like headlining Landmark Festival, which was not too far from us in DC. About a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
And of course, this is like you're still like we're both still Drake fans. But especially you in particular were like a super Drake fan at that point. Yeah. So I remember I'd never been to a music festival before or a concert alone at that point, and I approached you about it. I said, dude, Drake's headlining at Washington. Me not knowing where the fuck even Washington was at the time. Me just seeing that Drake is headlining something. I was like, bro, let's go fucking watch it. Let's go watch it. And you seemed like you'd be open to it. You know, given certain circumstances. I'm typically down for that kind of stuff if it's like an artist that I fuck with. Yeah.
And then you took care of the Airbnb portion of things. I've never used Airbnb at that time.
Right.
And then we stayed at a nice place in DC. It was very cozy. And it was a blast. It was a blast.
Honestly,
oh my
god, it was
god!
so fun.
Well,
I kind of fucked up though because there's a lot of the Drake performance I just don't remember.
Really?
We were.
I recorded a good amount of them.
Yeah,
because at that time Drake had come out with if you're reading this, it's too late.
Yeah.
So that was that era. We're talking about the eras where you would see.
Hotline Bling was on there for
Hotline Bling, where you would see what's that one song? Know Yourself. When you would see the videos on Twitter where he was like, I was running through the 6 with my, and everybody just would go crazy, and you would see those videos on Twitter. We were there for that. Hotline Bling was a big one, and it was like a 40-minute drive, like 30. No, it was like 30 minutes from where we stayed though.
Yeah,
so
like
it was a long cab ride
because
there.
it actually wasn't DC. It was in Maryland nearby.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because Maryland, it's like Maryland, DC, Virginia. They're all like just squished together. So it was like a little bit outside of DC, but in Maryland territory.
Yeah, that just reminded me of something too. So we go there. It was so fun. It was. I thought it was so fun. I didn't even know that prior to Drake was Miguel.
Yeah,
and we saw Miguel.
That's true. On the same stage and everything.
Yeah, on the same stage and everything. I remember I had a little moment where. Remember there was that one girl that I was going hard on the Miguel lyrics, and then that one girl tried to approach me. I was like, really? Get the fuck out of here. Drake is about to come
You hit her with the Madden like stuff.
Bro, no. I'm not that guy when I go to music festival, when I go to concerts where, you think, you're partying with the girls. Like, bro, I'm not that guy. I paid to be here. I'm watching the artist. Get the F out of my way,
Yeah, you were just vibing Miguel. You weren't trying to hear any of that at the time.
Yeah, hell yeah. and then Drake comes out. We're going crazy, bro. Your song is Crew.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is it Crew Love? Is it Crew Love? Crew Love?
Yeah. The
bro.
Weeknd
You turn up to that song. Anytime that song comes on, you turn up.
That's still probably one of my favorite Drake songs.
It's a great song. I still don't understand why Drake and Weeknd haven't come out with an actual album together.
Yeah,
to this day, I don't understand why.
Well, a lot of people say like Take Care.
I was gonna say album.
Yeah.
What's his name? The Weeknd wrote most of it, but Drake sang most of it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, kind of like how he just did the collab with Her Loss with 21.
Right.
But that was a blast, man. I had a good time. I took a couple dramatic ass pictures for the gram there, like that. With the cap on the couch and just stuff like this. Gotta put the filter on it. Gotta have like the little borders on it with the old IG. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
With like the vintage filter.
You've taken some good like concert pictures in your day, though. I'll give you credit there.
I tried. Dude.
I don't know, like Landmark was necessarily like one where you got a good shot, but.
I got good. Oh my god! I forgot about that one too. How can I forget?
The so
we got to talk about those things. Yeah. So we had a blast at a Landmark Music Festival. It was so fun, and I learned over time that as these artists get bigger, they become more expensive to see individually.
For sure. Yeah.
So the best thing to do if you plan on seeing your artists is try to see them, if possible, at a music festival, because you pay a fraction of the price, and you can see way more artists at the same time and get more for your buck, which is what we did for several occasions after that. So we did Landmark, where we saw Miguel and Drake, and there was all these artists we could have seen too that we didn't see, but we had that option. And then after that, we did what was the one in Queens?
Meadows.
The Meadows. Yeah, the Meadows. That's when we saw Kanye.
Yeah.
That was also that was the one where we saw Mac Miller too.
Yeah.
So rest in peace.
Yeah, honestly, there's. Like you said,
we saw Pusha. No, Pusha was there right before too.
Yeah.
Pusha was on that
I've seen
night.
Pusha a few times. Like he was at that one. Yeah. There's like a lot of people, like you said, like when the further along they get in a career, it becomes the opportunities to see him live become more and more scarce. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of people I've been fortunate to see that I'm like pretty grateful that I was able to see him before it became like difficult to do so.
For sure, because it's one, difficult to do, and two, if you do have the chance to do it, it's really expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's going to cost you either way. Yeah. We did the Meadows. That was a special event because one, we get to see the artist, but two, that was the event where Kim got robbed in Paris.
In Paris, and Kanye had to bail on the performance mid set. That was crazy. Yeah, so
Kanye, we were there to watch. Oh my god, and we didn't get extremely close, but for a Kanye performance, we were kind of close.
Yeah, I saw the fit,
and it's so crazy. Hey, you saw the fit? Yeah, and it was crazy because literally it was my first time experiencing ever being so close to such a high demand artist at a music festival, like so close to it, because it's a different experience when you're that close versus when you're in the back. Because you feel everybody's wrath coming to you.
Yeah.
And I want to take this opportunity to shout out to, I don't know her name, but there's really tall, foreign, I want to say she was Russian girl, extremely tall, that I was literally hanging on to because everybody was literally, my feet were on the floor at one point. I was hanging on to dear life to this really tall girl. Oh my god, man. That was quite, so we're in the middle of watching Kanye, and all of a sudden we see Kanye stop. Someone comes out to talk to Kanye. Then Kanye runs, like briefly runs away, then comes back and says, "Oh, family emergency," and then dips out. And then as we're heading out, we start seeing a headline. So Kim robbed in Paris. That's where we got robbed of. Was it her earrings? Or her ring?
I'm not sure what particularly.
It was like a $5 million, like something. I forget what it was, but it was one of those.
And
it was pretty funny because we said, "Oh yeah, we were there for that," but at the same time, it's like, "Oh yeah, we didn't really get to see Kanye perform." And I was pissed about that. So I'm sorry.
We still got to see like a good bit of it though. Like it wasn't like after one or two songs. It was maybe like 40 minutes in. Like
you got some good pictures that day.
I don't know if I still have him, unfortunately, but
okay. Because I really wanted to see Kanye because that was around the time that was for the St. Pablo tour.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's it called? So and I remember I was really upset about it. So I said I'm gonna go see him at his next performance. His next performance was at what's it called? The Wells Fargo Center. Yeah. At the Wells Fargo Center. I said, all right. So I bought tickets just to then find out that he decides we got to cancel the tour. We're going to cancel the tour. So the tour gets canceled.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell, man?
Mm.
So I was pissed about that. But, hey, for what it was, we had a good time either way.
Yeah.
I lost you for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I was just about to jump into that. Like, can we talk about what happened like after that? Because that night was a mess.
Yeah, walk me through it because you might remember more of it than I do.
Yeah, so like we said, we were getting like pretty deep into the crowd at Kanye.
Yeah.
And if you've ever been to a festival, once you do that, it's like there's a lot of pushing and there's you don't have very much personal space.
Yeah.
So in the like chaos of all that, me and EMILIO get separated from each other.
Yeah.
and then it gets 10 times worse once Kanye's like, okay, like I gotta go, and then everyone's just trying to leave all at the same time, and then so I'm like lost trying. We're both like fucked up.
And there was no signal.
Yeah.
So that made it worse. There wasn't signal up till you got to the point where you were close to the train.
Yeah.
Close to the train station. So we were just like wandering around.
And I was pissed. I was like, because I'll tell you why I was pissed. Because I remember once I finally got signal, I'm calling you, like trying to like figure out how we're gonna meet up with each other.
Okay.
I'm describing my surroundings to you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I know where you are." Like you're like, "All right, just walk to like turn to your left, walk down, and then go to that train or a train stop or whatever." I walk to my left, and it's literally just a brick wall. And I'm like, "All right, you know what, bro? I'm just gonna go towards Queens. I'll see you there."
You hear that Apple Maps? You hear that Google Maps? I'm coming for you. These directions hit different.
I remember just looking at that brick wall, like I was hopeless. I was like,
Google, Apple, you have 24 hours to respond.
Yeah, and then I remember like I don't know my way around New York like that well.
Yeah. But we ended up like finding each other at some stop.
Yeah, and then then we got that late 4 a.m. tacos, which
shout out taco stands open late night, early morning, man. Those come in clutch, buddy. And I'm not talking Taco Bell taco. I'm talking about the cart with like the 40 different listings in like their cart, and you always end up getting the same kind of thing. Like tacos go $2 a piece, man. So you get like 20 of them, man. All with guac. Oh my god, they're so good, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely
so good, man. So you can have the worst day of your life, and then you go up to a taco stand in New York, man. Oh my god, bro. However, back then you could get a taco for $2, if not $1.75.
Yeah.
Recently, I went to New York, and a single taco cost $4.
It's crazy.
$4. Yeah. I got 4 tacos total, and then
inflation's crazy.
I forget what else. I maybe got a couple more things, but for $40, the bill came out to. I think I got like some chips and guac, right? $40. Like those, you would never hear about those prices at a food court. It's like I went to a restaurant.
Looking at that, like señora está equivocada.
I was like, hold on, what? Hold on. But yeah, man, that was
the glasses you don't have.
Yeah, that was at the Meadows, man. That was a good time. And then we had the last festival we did together. That was
the Frank Ocean one.
Where
was that at? That was
Panorama?
in New York, right?
Panorama, yeah, that was in New York.
That was in like the island.
Some island, I forget what it was. Yeah, we saw Frank Ocean. Oh my god! So we booked a place in Astoria. I want to say not Astoria. Was it Astoria?
I think it was Astoria.
Yeah, so we booked a place in Astoria, and we went. Me, you, who else? Neek at the time. Yeah. Neek and not at the time. He's still Neek.
And Kamal at the time.
And Kamal's girlfriend.
Even though Kamal didn't come with.
Kamal, what was that, bro? Okay, hot take. Not hot take, but let's talk this through. All right, your boys are going to the music festival. Your boys invite you to the music festival. They try to get you to come to the music festival. But you say, nah, I can't go, but my girl loves Frank Ocean. Can you take her? Are you doing this?
I mean, we did, so we can't say that.
No. As her man, are you letting your girl do that?
Oh, I'm letting her do that, but it's just like
not to say that you're controlling her.
Yeah, I know, but
are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it, but I do think it's like weird. It's like it's one thing like if you bring up that situation, but it was literally our first time meeting her.
Yeah,
so it was like
nice to meet you. We're gonna be spending the night together. Yeah. Not like that. Not like that. I love you. But Yeah, but I mean, she was great. No, she was great. She was a very good person. We had a good time, and hold on, let's talk through that. We saw Frank Ocean.
Yeah, we did.
We saw Frank Ocean.
That's, like we talked about people that have rare mercy. That motherfucker's
Real quick before we dive into that, though, we cannot forget to bring up the girl at the Meadows that tried to give you a hard time.
Oh yeah. Do you mean the personal space girl? Like,
yeah. So we're just rewinding the clock here a little bit. We were at the Meadows, and as you know, the Meadows. Music festivals, they can get very crowded, and you're on everybody's shoulder and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's just what's expected. This girl had a beer on a plastic cup. Yeah. On a plastic cup, but it was also trying to get closer to Kanye. Yeah. So when we happened to walk by and you bumped into her.
No, I didn't bump into her. Okay. Someone behind us was pushing and I got pushed into her. Oh. I did not bump into her. That's the part that was blew my mind the most.
Oh my God.
I'm you realize we're and of course I think it's of note, this is a pre-COVID world, so it's we're all just bundled in there, fucking packed elbow to elbow. It's your right to personal space was forfeited when you decided to come to this festival.
Exactly.
And and I'm not a very big person. Especially at the time, I was probably 140, 150 pounds. Mm-hmm. And people at festivals, they will fucking push you. Yep. You're, it's just basically expected. Comes with the territory. I get pushed into her, and she's like, "Can you back up?" I'm I believe me. I wish I could. I wish I could.
So what happened after that? What happened after that?
After that, we're sort of trying to explain to her what's going on. And, it's my bad, but there's people pushing on it. And then
you were trying to explain to her.
You got a little sass of her, and I don't remember exactly. I just remember one particular thing. You're like, all right, B. You said
and then she said B.
Yeah. Then she just goes B. All right, B.
I was all right, man. Get the fuck out my face. It's I think it's just so stupid though. Yeah. That's like going to a steakhouse and not expecting steak.
Yeah, it's
how you go to a music festival and not expect to bump into people, bro?
Yeah, it's just a certain
don't be
level,
that person.
It's just a certain level of entitlement where you think everyone's gonna you think you're larger than what you really are. This event is bigger than you. I'm sorry if we can't accommodate your every wish. I can't. My every wish wasn't accommodated either.
Right.
I'm not gonna bitch about it.
It's so frustrating, especially when they get aggressive about it. Yeah. But so we went into going back to Panorama. Yeah. We saw Tyler the Creator.
Yep.
We saw Tyler the Creator. That was really fun. That's when Flower Boy had just came out.
I'm glad you remember these things, by the way, because I've been to a good handful of festivals at this point, so I forget where I see everyone.
I can't forget seeing Frank Ocean.
It just all kind of becomes one.
I can't forget seeing Drake, man. Yeah. I can't forget seeing Kanye. Man. I can't forget seeing Frank Ocean.
I just kind of forget where did I see him.
Yeah. So we go see because Tyler was so. What it was is we were at the main stage because we wanted to be in a good spot for Frank. Yeah. However, Tyler was on an opposite stage.
Yeah.
Right, but we wanted to see Tyler.
Right.
Tyler had just came out with Flower Boy at the time, and people were already bumping the hell out of it.
Right.
And we go to the stage. And we just start turning it up, right? Tyler's going at. Tyler's a great performer. He goes ham.
He goes buck wild, dude.
Yeah, he. I mean, good stuff. Everybody, the album had just came out. People were saying it word for word, and people just going ham. But the only challenge with that was because right after was not Frank. Actually, no, it wasn't Frank. It was what's her name? Beyonce's sister.
Solange.
Yeah, Solange. Yeah, so she was coming on right after Tyler, but we knew that if we even wanted to get close to Frank. We would have to be there as Solange. I did not know that Solange was Beyonce's sister. And not to take anything from her, but, that kind of gives you some pull, too. Yeah. And her music is great, too, from what I've heard. So people were already there.
Right.
So we took the opportunity to run right after that from Tyler's to where Frank was going to perform. And we were just trying to we had mutually agreed that, hey, because the goal was to get as close as possible. And if we got split, then we mutually agreed that we would just meet at whatever place, towards the end, just towards the end.
Yeah.
So we start working our way up, right? Mm-hmm. We start working our way up, and then we run into Meadows Part 2.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just one; it was double. So, do you remember that?
Yeah, I vaguely remember it.
Okay.
I remember like the important details of it.
Yeah,
I don't remember
yeah.
what started it. But
Yeah. So we were just trying to work our way up, and mind you, it's very hard to not you do it as politely as you can,
yeah,
but at the same time you're like rushing into people and stuff like that, so you can only be so polite about it, right? It's not like when you're trying to walk across the aisle like in a movie theater or something like that. You just say excuse me, and it's all good. That was different. So we try to work our way up, and then we bump into these two girls, right? And then these two girls hit us with the excuse me, like excuse me, and the one girl starts giving you trouble at first. Right? Do you remember that?
Why is it always me? I'm just minding my business.
I don't know why. Apparently you're the easier target to pick on. Oh, how the turns have tables.
The tables have turned.
So, because she started talking all that smack on you. You know the typical young girl thing. But I don't hear these things being talked about these days. They come at your private size. It's like an insult, right? It's an insult. And then they start doing all that stuff.
I don't remember any of
Why
this.
you get so aggressive? And then the one girl starts kicking.
Yeah.
She literally faces us and kicks us. I'm like, bruh. And like, she's like, do you know who my dad is?
Yeah, okay. I remember that.
I was like, bro, I don't care who I didn't say this to her, but I was like, I don't care who your fucking dad is. You're in general admission. Get out of my face. I thought she was trying to say, we're staying at the Hilton. I was like, okay, you're still general admission. So please get out of my way. It's like, she was wilding out. She was being extremely rude, insulting her. And my favorite thing about this was that she wanted to storm off so bad about this. And she was trying to be right. Oh, what happened was that as we were trying to get closer to him, we had to get close to her friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So she tried to back up her friend. Right? And here's where that backfired. Because after that incident happened, she wanted to leave. Not her friend, but she wanted to leave because she was not enjoying herself. And then her friend was like, no, I want to see Frank Ocean. So literally, she was so mad at the fact that she tried to back her. But then the other girl was like, nah, you good, bro. I'm gonna see Frank Ocean. So the other girl just ended up storming off. So all that drama was for absolutely nothing. So walk us through seeing Frank Ocean.
It was great. It was probably not too long after Blonde came out, and even at the time, it was like rare to see Frank Ocean live. Like not as rare as these days, but
yeah.
And I was really into Frank Ocean at the time, still am, but
because before that, it was Channel Orange.
Channel Orange, Channel Orange, great album.
Yeah.
But Blonde just came out, and like I like Blonde even more than I like Channel Orange, which I wasn't expecting because I like Channel Orange a lot. And then
classics.
Yeah, we got to see him, and it was awesome, and we got pretty good view of it too. You took a really good shot of just from
we'll pop that up. We'll pop that up. Yeah, he was wearing one shirt that I forget what exactly it was saying, but it was making a lot of headlines at the time. I remember for me personally, it was. So what happened was that that Frank Ocean came out with Blonde, but he also came out with Endless, the visual album, and I love that. I personally liked Endless. I connected with Endless a lot more than I did with Blonde. I thought Endless was such a beautiful piece of work. Like I remember, like when he was having these random live streams from time to time prior to the album coming out, and it was just him building something, right? With occasional,
it's like a white staircase, right?
A white room. So it was. He was at a warehouse. He was building something, and like songs and instruments were playing in the background, right? And as every live happened, more instruments started getting added on, right? So as he was building, whatever he was building was being put together more and more and more, as was the music.
Okay.
And by the end of it, he was building an endless staircase, and then that's when the visual albums Endless came out.
Right.
So the staircase resembled the work put in behind the music, the constant session back to back one another, and it ultimately became what it was. And that's why I liked it so much, because I thought it was art in itself. Right. So I really connected to that album, and what I really enjoyed about seeing him was that he didn't just perform Blonde, he also performed Endless.
Yeah.
And because people weren't really bumping with Endless like that, didn't really know the lyrics like that.
Right.
But man, boy, was I flexing freaking every freaking song on that.
Yeah, it's a shame that Endless wasn't as like accessible because it was like it's like a video, like a 40-minute
He
long
never
video.
came out with the actual.
It wasn't like actual like track list. Yeah,
track list.
Like you can find it out there like in like a zip file with a track list, but it's not like even today you can't just go to Apple Music and type in Endless and get like a track. Track for track, the album. It's like just a giant 40-minute long video.
Yeah, no, I love Frank Ocean's music and it inspired me a lot. I don't know if you know this, but the Blonde album cover, the original picture that was taken is actually right now at the MoMA in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, so the person who took it, Wolfgang Tillmans, I forget what country it was at since the picture was taken, but is now at the MoMA until January, I think.
Okay.
So I really want to go see that. I really, really want to go see that. If anyone's down to do that. I love the MoMA. I've been there once by myself. It's a really good spot, really good place. So yeah, Frank Ocean, man, I got emotional when I saw him perform, man. Such a good performance. Oh my God. But that was a lot of experiences, a lot of good times, a lot of good fun, a lot of good memories. A lot. And if it wasn't taco cards, it was halal food.
Yeah, right, for sure.
So, oh my God, so good. You know you gotta get the white sauce, man.
Of course, dude.
Shout out to the white sauce. I still don't know what
I fuck with the red too, though. Yeah, so, right.
I'm not a spicy guy. But understandably, a lot of people fuck with the red. I'm just not a spicy guy.
It's probably something like super fucking basic.
Yeah. But no one knows what the hell the sauces are made up with. It's the world's biggest kept secret.
But it brings the hype, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, that was our music festival experience. I mean, what else do you want to get into? What do you do for work, man?
So
what are you doing?
So I'm in the hazardous material abatement industry, and we mostly deal with like asbestos and lead and mold. So what we do is just like we do a lot of like residential school stuff, and we're like the contractors that come in to get the shit out, and it's a lot of people think it's like construction, but it's kind of like the opposite because you're really like more.
You're doing the opposite. You're literally taking it away from it.
Yeah, and we're more of like a glorified cleaning crew, really honest, because it's like you got to think about it. These are like hazardous materials. Your objective is to not leave behind any contamination. So you got to do that and it's obviously a very regulated industry, and that's where like my job is. Like we just got to make sure. Because anyone can come in and just start knocking shit down with get a sledgehammer and start fucking crowbar, just start going ham at it. But what we do is like we try to contain the hazardous material and get it out in a safe manner. So yeah.
How long have you been doing that now?
Shit, it's been like 5 years or something like.
What are your thoughts on the industry so far?
I'm not like super into it, to be honest. Like I'm not like really passionate about it. Is it
a now kind of thing?
I've always felt like it's like a stepping stone. Like the way I got into it is like kind of interesting. If you want to like dive into that, like so the short story is like my dad like was in the industry, but the long story is like a lot more nuanced than that.
Okay.
So like this was right after I graduated college. It was like so like my last year and a half really of college, I was in a major that I knew like I did not want to keep on pursuing, but like I was like, fuck, I'm like 2 semesters away from graduating, so I'm like, I'm just gonna see it through and like see what happens. But like I knew like I did not want anything to do with the industry, and at the time my dad was like trying to like jumpstart his own company.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So like I really like helped him get the work like the ground going for that, and I was way in over my head, but I learned a lot doing that shit though.
That's awesome.
I was like 21 at the time, and I was like I said, it's a very regulated industry, so we would have to like meet up with like departments of labors, like all these government officials, and I'd just be in there with like the president of the New Jersey Department of Labor, and I'm just like a 21-year-old like fresh out of college, like no experience in the industry whatsoever. But
probably looking behind you to see if anyone else is gonna come.
You know what's a really funny way to put it? It's like this is a tale I'm sure like anyone that is a child of immigrants can understand. It was basically like a very extreme version of like the 8-year-old like child immigrant that translates like important documents for their parents.
Dude.
It was basically like a very extreme version of that, but I had to do like a lot of work. Like like I had to, and it was like a lot of stuff that was relevant to like it wasn't relevant to my major, but we took courses specifically like constructing companies and like building business plans and like for one of my classes we had to like start a business from scratch, like outline business plan, and get like how would you get the material, like all that shit.
Right.
So I took a lot of that what I was doing in those courses to help my dad like start his company, and it was a lot of work. Like I had to do like I made like this giant like workers manual, because that's like one of the things in particular in New Jersey that requires every company to have just like a manual with like how like was like mechanical procedures, engineering procedures, like how are you going to get the shit out, like what is your like material safety data sheets and all that shit. It was like 80 pages long, and I made the whole shit. Like, I had to write out like the business plan. Like it was a lot. Like
so it sounds like you got to learn a lot out of it.
No, I definitely did, and like whether I wanted to or not, like it was just like it was a very just like dump the baby into the pool and let it swim kind of moment. Like, that's awesome. Because like I did not, like I said, I had no experience in the industry at the time. I just like I just had this degree like that was not related, and like I said, way in over my head in a lot of spots. But you know, we navigated through it. And that's kind of like where I got my foot in and to where I am today. Okay. Like just like making those contacts from those moments.
Right. Okay. So do you see yourself doing this long term, or do you have something else in mind?
Maybe not. Like no, I don't think I've always felt like this is like a stepping stone for me. But like the question is like how long is the window for the next thing? Like when do
what else do you have?
I've always like wanted to do something in tech, but like
really okay.
So
specifically,
and I do like just like mess around and like try to learn programming languages and stuff like that. Okay. Like that was actually one of the things I did very early on in COVID when there wasn't shit else to do.
I think you told me this.
Yeah. It was like I would just try to learn Python and shit like that. And it was like it's very like just like complicated like it. And like when you dive deeper into it,
it's all code, right?
Yeah. But
we talked about code a little bit in Jerry's episode.
Basically, but it was a lot of fun. Like I had a lot of fun doing it.
You have like a genuine interest for it?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you like puzzles?
I do. Yes, that's basically what.
That's what I said in his episode. I literally said the people that like coding are the same people that do puzzles.
Yeah, and that's basically like a lot of video games are basically puzzles, like in a way. So like,
can you unpack that a little bit? What do you mean by that? Video games are puzzles. I never heard of that.
Like a lot of times you're just trying to like pick up pieces, especially like single player games. Like you're basically just like trying to navigate the world and find out like what's your next objective. Like you need like some sort of information that you need to gather to figure out what's your next step, and that's kind of like a puzzle. Like you need one piece so you can keep on going to the next thing.
So do you still practice? Do you still like do coding or stuff like that?
No, I haven't done it in a while, but that's actually like it's holiday season, and I don't necessarily like agree with like the New Year's resolution things. I don't think you should have to wait till New Year's to like set goals. Right. But that is one thing I wanted to improve on. Like something we touched on earlier, where like I want like some of my goals are like languages particularly, and like I'm starting to learn Italian right now, and I want to improve my Spanish, and then like programming is like a language in itself.
Like a third language,
So I want to like
four languages.
So I want to throw some of that in there too. As well.
Okay, dude, that's awesome. So now you could, once this video is uploaded, you go refer back to it. So you better follow through. This is what I love about this.
Yeah, well, it's like kind of like like right now I'm more focusing on learning Italian and Spanish. So that's what I've been working on. Yeah, and then I do think within like the next couple of months I'll be able to throw in like more into
for sure.
Like,
baby stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. I mean, that's what I like about this podcast, and I ask people what is it they want to do. Yeah. Because they're saying it out loud. Because these are things people typically keep to themselves, right?
Right. Yeah.
And personally, I believe that when you speak out to the world what it is you're trying to do, it kind of gives you like some pressure. Yeah. One holds you accountable. It gives you some sort of pressure to even do it more. Like, and that's just something personally I enjoy doing it. So I like asking people when they come on, just because it's now something they could refer back to. And I don't want them to feel bad in any way if they don't do it, but
right. It's not like it's like an end all be all thing too. Like, let's say if you don't work on it and then like a year later you stumble into the video, you can like see like, oh yeah, that is something like I wanted to do, and like maybe I can like start doing that now, even though I like didn't.
It could be a reminder. Yeah, sure, that too.
That's kind of actually like how like I came along wanting to learn Italian again, because I went to Italy recently, and like I remember this because it was like a Facebook memory actually. Like
Really? Okay.
it was like a Facebook memory from the first not the first time I went to Italy, but like around like 2010 I went to Italy, and I had like I just had like a Facebook memory that said like I will learn Italian one day, and I uncovered that like 12 years later. Like,
doesn't your sister know Italian?
No, not really. Like
Okay.
she took it in high school and there was like some things, but like I would not say she knows Italian.
Lily.
Yeah,
Right,
Lily,
that's what
right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and but yeah, that's like just something I'm trying, and it's more like a passion project too because
Yeah.
it's not like a very useful language to know around here.
Okay.
But
Yeah, but it's an awesome language
Yeah,
to know,
yeah.
nevertheless.
Right,
I mean,
right.
passion projects are always the most
yeah,
fun
yeah,
projects.
and I think I've made a lot of progress, and I'm actually like
Hell
really
yeah.
happy with
Hell
how much
yeah.
I've been able to progress with it.
Do you want to share a couple words?
Sto qui parlando italiano con il mio cugino Emilio.
Okay, so I heard cuisine. No, so what did you say? What did
I
you
said
say?
I am here speaking Italian with my cousin Emilio.
Oh yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
FBM.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'll let that one slide.
Yeah,
Man, so coding. So you did coding. You're learning
Yeah.
languages.
yeah. Those are like
And you
some
said
of
there were
my-
like video games too, which is interesting. I've never heard that kind of input. But I know you also kind of have like a video game background.
yeah.
Want to go
definitely.
into that a little bit, starting with Guitar Hero, because I remember. Those
Yeah,
days.
yeah. So I've always like been like actually right now at the moment is pretty much the only time in my life where I wasn't really into video games. I have not been playing video games recently, but
Okay.
but I've always just been like a gamer. But I was more of a video. I would more play them in a way where I want to grind the shit out of them
Hell
and
yeah.
like get really good at them and learn everything there is to know about them. Like I wasn't one of those kids that like just wanted every new game.
Yeah.
Like I would play one game and play that game until like my fucking eyes bleeded. Like,
Yeah.
and like
You would go hard. No,
Yeah.
you get really good.
yeah. My first like instance of that wasn't actually Guitar, it was Pokemon. Like
Okay.
I wanted to build the Pokedex and all that, and then but that wasn't necessarily from like a competitive aspect. I would say further on, I started taking it more as like a competitive outlet kind of thing, and that's when like Guitar Hero came in. Whereas like Guitar Hero came out, and I really liked the game. James actually, shout out James, our cousin, was the one that introduced me to Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 1.
Yeah.
And I just started grinding the game, and I got way better than like I was really expecting. Like,
Yeah, 'cause
I
I remember playing it in his room.
Yeah.
And in Queens.
Yeah, right. And I got like I just had like a knack for it and got good like really fast.
Yeah.
And-
Was your peak being posted on Barstool in Delaware? Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Remember
but no, it wasn't. It actually, you want to know? This is like the nerdiest thing ever. But
Okay.
my peak with Guitar Hero was the Christiana Mall.
Okay.
They used to have like a Nintendo Wii station.
Uh-huh.
This was like when the Wii it hadn't been out for too long.
Uh-huh.
This was Guitar Hero 3, and it had like a line of people just waiting to play. And I go up to play. It's my turn. I play the song Before I Forget, which is like a decently hard song. There's like 8 different tiers. That's on the 7th tier of the track list, so
Uh-huh.
it's like pretty high in difficulty. I full combo the song, meaning I don't miss a note, don't mess up the combo.
Oh my god.
In front of like at the mall, first try. I end up like it's a mall. People go around their day
Yeah.
But when I was playing, people literally stopped to watch me play. I had a crowd of like 40, 50 people literally
Holy
just watching
shit.
me
There's
play.
no video of this?
No, there's no video. of this.
There had to be one person
There,
recording
this
this
was
crap.
like before like smartphones were a thing, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like it was before everyone had them. Like,
yeah.
So
That's crazy.
so
dude.
yeah. So and then like I FC the song and everyone's like I motherfuckers started clapping for me.
Dude,
It was like a little embarrassing, but also like fuck yeah.
if you were good at Guitar Hero and you went to anywhere and you saw that thing posted up, you know you had to show up.
Yeah,
You would know you had to show up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember you got posted in Barstool. But what was
Right,
that
right.
like? This was like right like during COVID, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
This was like a week. It was I think less than a week into COVID. It was it was like okay, self quarantine, and like I said, we were like 4 days in. It wasn't
They
even
were counting the days in.
Yeah. So I just made like a quick just a goofy meme video of
Uh-huh.
like 4 days in self quarantine, and I'm playing the intro Through the Fire and Flames like on my in Guitar Hero, just tapping it without looking at the screen.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a comment on that, and I was like, was that the Barstool
Yeah,
one?
And, like, I posted on Instagram, and Barstool reposted it, and like also there was one dude in the comment section that claimed I was playing it like in slow mode or something. Fuck you, that was full speed.
Years later, he gets a shout out.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna pump the brakes real quick. Because I want my credit. Where's my credit? Don't lie. Don't tell me you didn't post this shit. I hit you up like, Juan.
Oh, right, yeah.
Send this shit to every meme page out there, and one of them is going to post them.
Yeah. You did tell me to do that, and I was like, okay. So I just sent them to like a few, and Barstool reposted it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you
they-
want me as your agent, your PR agent, please let me know. You know where I
It's
stay.
a funny video. It's like,
It was a great video.
Yeah. And I think I have like sunglasses on too. So
Yeah, no, it was perfect. I'll put it up. I'll put it up.
Yeah.
Just so people can see it. It's a really funny video.
Yeah.
But man, you went hard on Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
And then I remember you started getting into like Smash
Yeah.
tournaments.
Well, it was Halo before.
Halo, yeah.
So like I said, I've always had like a pattern of I'm gonna like grind this game really good, and then like after that, like Guitar Hero ran its course. I started getting into Smash, Melee specifically, the one for GameCube, and I kind of always played the game because the game's was out for forever. It came out 2001, and like I remember in high school we had a GameCube set up inside of like a closet in the band room, and I remember it was called a senior lounge, but it was a fucking closet. And like I remember kids would like go in there and just play Smash like during class, like they'll skip class to go in there and play Smash, and I was one of those kids. And the game is like really intricate with the techniques you can perform like at a competitive level, and I didn't really know any of them at the time, but like it was just like it was very casual gameplay. But even then in that environment, I was like, no, I want to win. Like I want to fuck everyone up.
Hell yeah!
And then we would go to my friend Sivu, which I think you met. Sivu.
Yeah, I met Sivu. Yeah.
We would go to his house, and he had it, and we would just all play in his basement, and like that was kind of like the beginnings of like me wanting to like play it more. And then like a couple years go by, and I don't play the game at all. But then like I see this is when I'm going at UD. I see like there's a tournament like on campus, and I'm like, oh, like I hit up Steve. I'm like, we gotta go to this. Like just for the one time we gotta go.
Yeah, so you won a ham.
Yes, I did.
At a Smash tournament. How does that happen? Is it because you went ham? Or?
Yeah, I won ham and I got the ham. But no, it was actually like it wasn't like really like an official tournament. It was just like my friend was hosting a tournament in his apartment, and he just like wanted to make it fun. So like there's a cash. It didn't just win a hand. It was like a cash prize. So you buy into the pot. And then you play in the tournament, and you get split up among first, second, third, and but he wanted to make it fun. It was like around this time of year, like Christmas time. So he threw in a ham in like into the prize pool.
That's funny.
And it was like winner gets the ham, and like
hell yeah.
So I win the tournament, and like I win the ham, and I'm just like I gotta take a picture with his ham. Like a picture of me posing with the ham, and just like the GameCube setup.
Oh my god! Did we not eat the ham?
Yes, and we ate the ham for that Christmas.
The ham went.
That was actually my friend Brett that threw that tournament. Shout out to Brett. He moved to Seattle recently. I hope it's going well for him out there.
Hell yeah! All right, shout out Brett.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you've done your rounds, man. You done did it all.
Yeah.
So Italian, Spanish, coding, Guitar Hero days,
Right.
Halo days, Smash days.
Yeah. Just
There's
a lot out there.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
There's still like a whole lot more.
I'm still playing. I'm not like super like trying to like actively improve in Smash right now, but I still play. I think that's the one game where like I'm just never gonna ever stop playing it. It's like something I'm actually like pretty passionate about.
Yeah.
A game that's like really timeless. The game's been out for fucking 21 years and people are still playing it.
It's you said timeless, right? Yeah, that's a word for it. It's one of those things that people will play forever. Personally, I'm not really into it like that. But you know,
you used to game.
Dude, I used to game. No, for sure. But my thing was different. My thing was different, bro. I think my games were my big thing was Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Back in the day when you lived in New York, I think that was like your peak gamer days.
Call of Duty days?
What's that?
Call of Duty days?
Yeah, Call of Duty. It was like Call of Duty, Skate, and like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But, no,
I was doing YouTube videos to Skate, I remember.
Yeah, that was your early content creation days.
Dude, yeah, I've been doing YouTube for a while, on and off,
but he used to play games until he was probably 12 years old. Looked like he was 80. He had bags on his eyes. Fattest bags, like it's under them Gucci shits.
Gotta get my bag, bag alert. Yeah. But no, dude, I used to love Skate. Skate was such a fun game.
Yeah, you had some clips too. I remember you would do like hippie flips and
Yes,
stuff.
this was hippie flips before hippie flips were even a thing in the video game.
Yeah.
So that was like a flex with the original skates. And then there was Call of Duty. I loved Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Man.
I remember
was
those search and
on
destroy
that.
lobbies. They used
Yeah,
they used to get
bro.
intense.
We used to go ham. It was me, James, aka Pork Chop,
Yeah.
and we would just go ham.
Yeah.
We would just go ham. It was a good time. We would even like do like a few MLG games
Yeah.
because we would be signed up on the MLG platform,
Yeah.
and then we would compete with I think it was the FSU clan.
Right.
Yeah, fuck shit up. Not Florida State University.
Okay.
Fuck shit up.
That's what I was thinking. Like, who the fuck went to Florida?
Yeah, so that was like it was specifically an F, a money sign, and a U,
Yeah.
and we would tear it up with that thing. So that was a really good time, and I was really into games that they kind of had like a story behind it.
Yeah.
So besides the competitive part of like games like Call of Duty, I really like the zombies part of things,
Right. Yeah.
because they had like a story behind it, and there was like people would conspire about a bunch of shit with that part of the game. So I really got into it. And then even further, I dove into that with Assassin's Creed. I really loved the Assassin's Creed.
Not a game
games.
I think I ever got into, but
Dude,
yeah, I remember you used to play it a lot.
I was so into it. Like
Yeah.
the storytelling from the first one with the main character being Altair, to then the trilogy of I think it was a trilogy, or it was way more. It was Assassin's 2, 3, Revelation, and I forget what. No, I think it was a trilogy. Yeah, it was with the main character Ezio Auditore. Dude, such a good game. I fell in love with that game. I even had a few Italian cuss words up my sleeves because of the game.
Which one do you remember?
I'm not gonna say it. No, the one I remember is it Cazzo?
Cazzo, yeah.
Is it like dick?
Yeah.
Dick, yeah. It was such a good game. I was really into it. What else was I into?
Yeah. G-Unit.
G-Unit. Oh my god.
I was listening to Get Rich or Die Trying to prepare myself for this interview.
Oh, really?
Podcast, I guess, yeah.
Dude, yeah, I was a really big fan of G-Unit. Do you remember the shoe story? Where I got the shoes for Christmas?
Yeah, I do remember.
What happened?
You started
Yeah. So walk me through my G-Unit phase, because you were outside of my shoes.
I don't know. It was like G-Unit was like fucking bigger than Earth at this point. Like they were huge. Like every kid like fucking wanted.
But what is G-Unit? What is G-Unit?
Yeah,
People that don't know.
Guerrilla Unit. It was 50 Cent's crew back in like the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly 50 Cent. There was like Young Buck and or was it Young Buck or Young Lloyd or Lloyd Banks and Young Buck. Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, The Game, 50 Cent.
Wait, The Game was part of G-Unit?
Yeah, but he wasn't an original member. He came on like after.
Okay.
And then but yeah, Emilio just like, and they were from Queens too, so that I think that threw in like a little extra like spice to it too, because Emilio was living in Queens.
So was Spider-Man, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out Spider-Man.
So Emilio was just like super into it. Like he had like everything. He had like the
G-Unit jacket.
Yeah, the jacket. He had like the video game. He had the
Bulletproof.
Yeah.
Dude, that game was gruesome.
He had like he would. Actually, Get Rich or Die Trying was my first album.
Yeah,
was
it?
It was the first album I ever like physically bought, which was like a fun conversation.
It's a good ass album cover too.
Yeah, because I don't know how I convinced my mom to buy it for me, because like if you look at the album cover, it's like I was probably like 12 or some shit.
Yeah,
and no one's gonna buy a 12-year-old that shit.
Hell yeah,
my mom was like, fuck it.
That was good stuff. I had the jeans with the G-Unit going down.
Yeah, you had it all, and like. And then, the only thing you didn't have were
this is the Christmas. This is the Christmas. Yeah. This was on a Christmas.
Those are hard to find too. They sold out everywhere. Like.
So then one of my aunts gifted me the G-Unit shoes, right? The black shoes, the black Reeboks with G-Unit going across it. And I remember, oh my god, I was so overwhelmed with emotions.
Yeah, you like ran out.
I started crying. I was like, oh my god, like I wanted these so much, so much. Oh my god. So it was. Oh my god, man! What a phase! What a phase!
Yeah. Actually, I remember like a different Christmas story. It was like actually a little sadder one, because it was like you got the Xbox, and then it just like didn't work. Remember that? Like the Halo would crash it. You don't remember that? You got like the Halo Edition Xbox 360.
Oh, what? I get the red ring or something?
Yeah, and you got the red ring. Like you opened it up, played it, and like the game would crash, and then you got the red ring. Like right then, that was actually sad for you. I was like,
my god, dude!
I was like, fuck, that sucks.
Then bad luck.
I was like low key a little jealous because you had the Master Chief helmet.
Hell yeah!
Like, I
made James go get that shit too at midnight. I was on his ass about it because you need to be. It was a rated M game.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
There was I forget what it was. Yeah, it was the Master Chief edition one, right? where essentially you got the helmet, but you couldn't wear the helmet. It was literally just a slot so you could put the disc in there.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
kind of stupid.
yeah.
I wish you could wear it. But yeah, man, we had I had my gaming days. Those were really fun.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. Oh, and another game I really liked was Skyrim.
Skyrim?
Dude, I would play that game hours on end. I'm telling you,
never
I
played that
would
one.
sit down and for like 10 hours and play that game because that game is endless. Like it does, you could do one story after the other.
Right.
That's when memes like took an arrow to the knee
Yeah,
started
yeah,
coming
I do
out,
remember that,
stuff
yeah.
like that. It's like they're the most because what would happen is you would go across the game, and all of a sudden you would come across like some random adventurer guy, and he starts telling us some stories, and then he says that he took an arrow to the knee, right? And everybody starts saying the most random shit, and then
Yeah.
and so I took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, right.
Like I was pouring myself a glass of orange juice this morning, and then I took an arrow to the knee. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that's the shit
It's like
people were saying.
completely not relevant to anything
Oh
you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
beforehand.
exactly. So Skyrim was great.
Yeah.
It's such an entertaining game. I love it.
And I think that's the thing, like a lot of people that have met you in more recent times don't know about you, that
Yeah.
you did used to like actually go hard in gaming.
Dude, I loved it so much.
Yeah.
You were right. I did have bags.
Yeah, you had, they were bad.
I had the bags, and they weren't designer.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But yeah, man. Anything else you want to touch on? What else? What else, man? There's so much we could.
We have like we did a lot of growing up together,
Mhm.
so we could probably go on forever. If
Dude.
there's anything you specifically like, I definitely wanted to touch on the G unit, so I'm glad that came up.
that was
Yeah.
it. Wasn't the FEM.
No, that was another one. We got that out early. I made sure to knock that out right away.
Oh yeah, man. So we got a trip coming up.
Yeah, we do.
We got what are we doing?
We are going to Costa Rica for a beautiful destination wedding for our cousin James and his bride to be Jessica.
Hell yeah, man!
So shout outs to them too.
Shout out to them! Congratulations,
Yeah.
man! I remember growing up with James. He used to wear the Foot Locker hoodie with the lightly colored, not color, but like white jeans, not white, blue jeans, like blue jeans,
Yeah, but like,
blue jeans and the Jordans and the New Era cap,
yeah.
the fucking stiff joint.
The Queen's fit.
Yeah, the Queen's fit one. He had the North Face jacket with the North Face book bag.
Yeah.
Man, I used to look up to that, man.
Yeah.
I see that fit today. Well,
Yeah.
I got my face. No, I'm kidding.
And important context, you used to live with him. That
Yeah.
was after you, like, when you left my place in Delaware, you
Yeah.
went to New York and you were living in the same apartment as our cousin James.
Yeah.
A lot of ways, like, he helped, like,
Yeah,
you grew up.
James was like my big brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way. He got me into weightlifting.
Yeah.
He got me into gaming. Just little stuff like that. But no, James is a great guy. I love the guy. Great dude. I'm really excited to see him in Costa Rica. I'm excited to party in Costa Rica.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time.
So James doesn't know this yet, but I would love for him to do an episode in Costa Rica.
That would be fire.
That'd be fire,
I think
bro.
like, I hope he can do it. Like, I'm sure he's going
He
to be
follows
really
the
busy.
page.
I'm sure he's going to be really busy
It's
just
an
with,
hour.
like...
Give me an hour.
He's
We're gonna be there for how long?
just probably got groom duties.
Just
but...
give me
No,
1 hour.
I hope.
Like right after the wedding, let's sit down for an hour.
Right after the- no, I
after
think
wedding
you guys-
podcast, you say yes. All right, bro. I'm in the next room. I'm in. So how you feeling right now? like we're still in our suits and everything.
So
a
you
little
just have
after
your
wet
vows.
pod.
I'm glad we're
Man.
going in like January too, because we're gonna be fucking sick of this winter down here.
Hell
up
yeah.
here, I guess.
Hell yeah, man. We're
Yeah.
gonna be turning up in
Yeah.
Costa Rica, man. Yeah, I'm super excited to do the pod there. Hopefully James says yes. He can spare us an hour. That'd be really fun. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and like I feel like we never really had like a all family
Family
trip
trip,
too.
yeah,
like
something
like me
like
and you
that.
have gone out
Yeah.
together, but like my mom's gonna go, my sister's gonna go.
Yeah. There's the
Like,
family politics involved and stuff
true.
like that.
Yeah.
Family's family at the end of the day,
Yeah.
but hey, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Uncles.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, come on, guys. Jesus, you got the young ones acting more mature than the old ones. Jeez. But yeah, man. Yeah. So all right, let's. There's been an obvious elephant in the room in the shape of a bottle of wine. So I'll tell you how this came about. So on the second episode that was already recorded with Jack here, we went out to Trolley because the flow of the pod is we do the pod and then we go out and enjoy ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
And Jack had just done his, and we met this guy by the name of Vinny, right? He goes by Vinny. and we're just talking about it. And then Jack tells him, it's like, yeah, it's like Vinny was telling us that he does wine, that he creates wines from scratch and all that stuff, and then he makes them himself, and then he sells them by the bottle. And Jack was hearing him out, and he was like, oh, you should get on the pod. And by the way, the podcast wasn't public at the time. It wasn't public knowledge. He was like, hey, you should get the pod. He's like, oh, you do a pod? He's like, yeah, I just got off on there. I'm like, all right, well, I guess cat's on the bag now.
Did you have an episode out yet at that point?
No, not even. It wasn't announced. It wasn't anything like that. I don't think,
yeah.
was it? It wasn't even announced.
So we just recorded the second one.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
Invited to the pod that did not yet exist.
Yeah.
At least not,
I think like the Instagram page was made, but that's as far, and like the trailer was made, but that's as far as it went.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he said that he was open to the idea, and we exchanged contact information, and he occasionally posts his Instagram. I'll put him up. His name is Vincent William. Again, goes by the name of Vinny. And he makes his own wine. He would tell me about them, how he makes them in short quantity, but they're high demand, so they go out fast when they do.
Okay.
And I should have told him. I told him, I was like, yo, when your next batch comes out, please let me know, and I'll get some bottles off of you.
Yeah.
He should have told me, it's like, no,
No.
I'm not gonna tell you. And the reason why is because it's like people at his door like that the moment he announces that.
Okay.
And just proof of concept is that he just posted this bottle just came out today. This wine just came out today.
Okay.
And the moment he posted it in his Instagram story, I was like, bro, sign me up. And he said, bet. So I had to approach him about it. And I went to go to his house. I thought I was just going to go to his house just to pick up a bottle. And that's all it was. And then I ended up having like a whole wine tour, right? It's like one of those things that you go to the vineyards for, and then you end up trying all these different wines and stuff like that. I go in, he shows me the bottle, has me have he lets me have a taste of it. Next thing you know, he's showing me wines that he hasn't even come out with yet. Wines that he's already sold, wines that he's not even going to come out with. And it was just a great time. Dude is extremely knowledgeable in the field. You can tell he's very passionate about it. You can tell he knows what the hell he's doing. And I think the most important thing about it all is that he enjoys doing it very much. You could tell when he does them, when he creates them, he does them like with a lot of care. So in here we have the company is Park Avenue. And here we have his 2022 Princess Peach. It has been aged for 4 months. And it is made in Newcastle, Delaware. And for those that want to see it, it's right here. I'll bring it up to the camera. I'll pop up a quick picture of it. Guy has fun with it. And I figured, let's pick up a bottle and let's try it in the pod and get you guys' thoughts on it. We can give like a general consensus. I've already had a glass. I think it's good. There's one he has at home that I wish I could brought with me, but it hasn't been done yet. So I am excited to bring that. He has a delicious Malbec that I hope he comes out with, but it's so good. The best Malbec I've ever had.
Okay.
But
praise.
Princess Peach, let's go ahead and try it.
Princess Peach.
Here you go, Jack. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's really good. All right, from what I've had. So I'll pour you a glass if you want to just give me the glass. I will open this up real quick. Arthur, we should have you doing this, man. We're going to be a little nostalgia. I know you don't get to do this often anymore. Let's see if I end up messing up.
You still got the muscle memory?
Is it still in?
You just got to do a couple reps.
Just a couple twists.
Let it come back in. What was that?
You're good.
Oh, you're critiquing, but you're just back there, right?
So, like, one thing I noticed immediately just looking at the bottle is that this looks like a little foggy, which is not something you typically see in wine. So.
So I was talking to him about this. He brought it up to me, and he noted that it is foggy, and he was saying that, and I'm not, and by the way, I'm not too versed in any of this, but he was saying that the vineyards and the makers of them typically clear them up, just so it's more appealing. Okay. But he said he wanted to go with the raw look.
Okay.
Right, because it's it's just him, and then he wants it to feel natural. He doesn't want it to feel like so he wants it to feel like it's actually made locally or stuff like that. Like it was him that did it. So we'll see.
Yeah, like, disclaimer: I'm also not like a wine connoisseur by any means at all.
Oh yeah,
but like
just take a few glasses.
It's just one thing I immediately noticed. Just looking at
for sure. And you know what? It caught your eye.
Catches the eye. That's true. It does catch the eye.
Catches the eye. So Princess Peach, For anyone that knows Mario,
That's good. Yep.
that's where
Princess
Princess
Peach.
Peach.
A melee character. Shout out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pour myself a glass here. We're gonna have it together.
Okay.
It's all right. No, it's all
I
right.
love the smash input there.
Yeah, Princess Peach. I don't play Peach.
Hold on, I love that. You know
Yeah.
why? Because we had the Princess Peach wine with a guy that was a big Smash guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this right over back here. Put it right back there for him. Shout out Vinny. This one's for Vinny. Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Happy holidays. To all
Thank
that
you
don't
for being
celebrate.
here. We'll share the wine amongst the group. Thank you so much for being here, Juan. Before we take off, did you have any questions for me or anything?
Not necessarily a question, but I did want to send you off with this. I
Oh
forgot.
my God, my man!
My bad.
Thank you so much, buddy.
It's not the prettiest look.
Are you kidding me?
I did not feel like getting another bag, and that's all I had.
This
but,
is the.
I'll just open it up.
This is a distress bag, like fashion, like Kanye stuff.
Right, for
So
sure.
I'm gonna put this down. You want me to open it up here?
Yeah, just open it up.
It's not a big FEM sign.
No,
is it, right?
it's not that-
You're not trying to shamelessly plug FEM. I'm gonna have to sue you after that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some damage to the bag.
there's
tape.
there's
Is that okay?
already holes all over. Just
Okay.
rip it right up.
Okay.
I said, I did not feel like going to stop and get a new one.
Okay. So what do we? Okay. Let's see what we got here. And we'll put this aside real quick.
Yeah, I figure it's a Christmas themed gift, so we just get it. Just bring it. All right, Christmas themed podcast episode. So
Hell yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Is this the one you went to Italy?
Yeah, they're both actually. There's another thing in that bag too.
Is
They're
this a
both
Leaning
from when I was
Tower
in
of
Italy.
Pisa?
It is. It's a shot glass and a former Leaning Tower of Pisa, and if you set it down, you'll see that it actually does.
Oh,
the shot
no
the shot glass
way.
itself leans as well.
No way. All right. So I'm gonna here. Can you hold up the bottle real quick?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, look at that. Hold on, let's see how it shows up on the camera there.
That's pretty
Look
cool.
at that. Look at that. Put this down so people get a good look. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's now. Does this allow me more alcohol because it's leaning to some extent or less?
You know,
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
You might got something there.
This is very creative. I love this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome. All right, and then you said we got something else in
Yeah,
here.
there's-
Oh man, I'm waiting for the FEM stuff.
Nah.
Is it
I've already
LEM now? Is it LEM now? Love Emilio Mob yet?
Love
It was
Emilio.
never that. It was never that.
Never that. And
Only on Christmas. Only on Christmas. And even then.
and on your birthday, but like on leap years only.
Oh snap, dude! This tie is fire, bro.
I saw from the streets of Florence.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
Oh
I snagged
snap!
that up while I was out there. I was like, Emilio's gonna like this.
Look at this. This is a beautiful tie. Look at that, guys.
Oh wow.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that's a dope tie.
I'm wearing this tonight.
Hey.
Hell yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. Thank you so much. And you said what, Florence?
Yep, Florence.
You know, that takes you back to Assassin's Creed because Ezio was
right, true.
Hey, look, it's all making sense now. Look at that. Look how things work out, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Unfortunately, I do not have your gift here for you,
Oh, what the fuck,
but
man?
it'll come for you. It'll come. It'll
See,
come.
This
It'll
is
come.
why the FEM needs to exist.
I'm about to get canceled now. I'm about to get canceled on Twitter now. Man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to shake your hand here. Thank you, buddy.
It was a lot of fun.
Love you.
Glad to be on the pod.
Shout out to family. Family's
Yep.
always family,
Okay.
no matter whatever happens.
Right.
We got
course.
we got each other till we
We got
die.
each other. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, baby.
Merry
Salud,
Christmas.
salud.
Salud.
And guys, as always, thank you so much for listening in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, share this with the world. Let's get this EP podcast thing going. I absolutely enjoy doing it. I love doing it. Great people that come on and share great stories and experiences that we have shared with one another and have yet to experience. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. EP podcast is out.